Do you want to flee where you live thanks to climate change? If there is one thing that I hear over and over and over again, it's that people are trying to escape an environment that they can no longer tolerate in other areas of the country. And they're making their way to Minnesota in an effort to have a more comfortable life. My name is Schumann, and I am a realtor here in the Minneapolis area. And I help so many people that have decided that where they currently live just isn't sustainable for them anymore. And they have decided to make a change. The past couple of weeks, I have been absolutely glued to the news, watching as one hurricane after another has struck in the southeastern United States. And even as an observer, I've been absolutely terrified for people and terrified thinking about how I would react if I were there. I just constantly think about the helplessness of the people that are in the path of this destruction and how it hits at the absolute very heart of your sense of safety and security and potentially takes away your home, your possessions, and the lives of people in your community. I have family in Florida and in North Carolina, and some of these people have been severely impacted by hurricanes in the past. And while I really wish that things were different, I can't change the weather, and neither can you. But what you might want to change is where you live in the United States in order just to kind of mitigate some of the effects that climate change is having on your life. And if that's you, let's talk about it. People talk about Minnesota with absolute terror in their hearts and act as if we live in a frozen tundra year round. They think it's snowing and cold here all the time. And that is very far from the truth. What we actually have here are four gorgeous seasons, one of which does happen to be winter. And you're going to be really surprised to hear that people actually love winter and they look forward to it here. Climate change has impacted Minnesota as well. We are, after all on the same planet. And here it has caused warming just like it has in other places. And what you'll hear most is really disappointment from people that are used to consistently colder, snowier winters than we have now. People that move to Minnesota often tell me that they are doing so because they just want to escape hurricanes, drought, unrelenting heat, and fear of water shortages and potential fire danger. So what I want to do now is take a look at the FEMA map of environmental risks for the United States, because if there's one thing I like to do, it's back myself up with more than a feeling. I like data. They have a good view, obviously, of data throughout the United States. And this is the risk index overall for the whole United States. And I'm going to pop the legend up here so you can see red colors mean higher risk, and then you get into the blues. Keeping this in mind, this is the overall most riskiest areas to live tend to be on the coast, as you can see all the way along Florida, California, all the way up the East Coast. And then you see Minnesota up here. Pretty low risk overall. Let's take a look at community resilience for this map. And this one makes me proud. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a Minnesotan and I'm proud of everything up here now. But you can see that we have a very high community resilience rating in this part of the country. So we can come back from disasters more easily, maybe because they're not as frequent. If you look at other parts of the country, like Florida and up the coast, it could be for a multitude of reasons, either government funding, government preparedness, the frequency, that type of thing. Let's look at social vulnerability. Also, very low on the vulnerability scale up here as well. I would say about Minnesota is that we have a really strong community-oriented social structure here. So people tend to be concerned about their neighbors. Anyway, I thought I would show you that. And data backs up my assertion that Minnesota would be a great place if you are trying to get to a more environmentally friendly place to live. Is Minnesota immune from climate change? Absolutely not. As I mentioned, our winters are nowhere near what they used to be. We have had periods of drought, and we do get an occasional tornado, which I don't think is climate change. It's just a natural disaster. However, in the 9 years that I have lived here, those have been more like warnings or watches, but no destruction that I can remember. We do get some big thunderstorms and an occasional blizzard here. That actually means blowing snow, not like a heavy snowfall. But overall, I feel fortunate when I look at what's happening in other places in the United States. If you're thinking of making a move, I would love to answer any questions that you might have, so please reach out. I'd love to help you if I can. Thank you for watching.